Hey everybody, it's me, Crazy Kimbe, and I'm finally back on YouTube after a million years.
Uh,
Yeah,
Dead for 16.
I
yeah,
think
it's
we've
been a
all
long
been.
time.
Everyone's been dead except for Justin. No, I had like a brief resurrection, all of one video.
Oh, dude, my channel's gone. I'm dead.
Are you still Sonic or you still Jay? Which one you want to be before you
I'm
continue with this thing?
I'm Mr. J. The Sonic K.T.S for life thing is dead.
You
We
sure
don't
you want
talk.
to
How
Mr.
about
J?
Mr.
We don't.
Sonic? Let's get a good compromise then.
No Sonic. It's dead.
How about Mr. J Sonic?
No,
You
no,
got married
nothing
to him.
Sonic. No Sonic. No.
But anyway, guys, this is my reboot of the channel. I've decided to start over. We're gonna do a podcast. Hopefully, it's gonna be consistent,
We're
and
lazy.
I think we're gonna call it Killer Time Show or whatever the fuck we're calling it. Killer Talk Show, right?
K-
KTS, yeah,
KTS.
Killer talk show, I guess.
yeah, Killer Talk
I guess
Show.
it's kind of a show.
Yeah,
We're
it's a good
performing.
show.
The
But
best
anyway, let's
show.
not waste any more time. Let's get into what we're gonna talk about today. Um, we're gonna talk about the PlayStation Network and their recent price increase of $10
Just
American.
all that charging in general nonsense.
It's 70 in Canada.
Let's not. Hold on. We're not there yet.
But what they're basically saying is that, due to inflation, they got to match with the times and everything.
Oh, inflation.
So inflation.
I'm telling you, see, the problem with all of this nonsense is that right off the top of the bat, servers and transferring data and this sort of stuff, the price of this has relatively stayed the same, especially for what they're doing. You know what I mean? As costs go up for the system, everything else goes up accordingly. That's how technology works.
Right. But my thing is this is that the service is fine because you remember when they first came out with the PlayStation Plus, it was an optional thing. You could still play online and they had this premium service which had these additional features, which was actually a good idea. And then now enter the PlayStation 4 and they're just saying like, okay, now PlayStation Plus is needed to play online. And that's kind of what backfired against them because people are used to playing online for free, and they had this service called PlayStation Plus, which give you like extra additional features like discounts, free games and everything.
And I thought the free games were good
Yeah,
initially, and I think for the first few years, PlayStation
But
Plus had the
are the games
advantage
free
because
though?
A, it was the only service giving out free games. That until Xbox Live implemented their thing, and B, the games that you got were actually like pretty good. I thought they would come out. There'd either be games that came out relatively recently that you'd get on there, or just be good games in general from the past or from recent, you know, the recent releases.
Are the games
now
really free though? Because you still got to pay for the
okay,
service.
it's a rental.
Yeah, but I thought it's a permanent rental. I think for
Yeah,
what
so
you're getting, some of these games are over the amount of time.
I mean, I give Microsoft a pass because when they first came with Xbox Live on the Xbox, it was already they say we're gonna charge you from the get go, so they've been consistent with that. But PlayStation back on PS2, it was free. Then PSP was free. Then PS3 was free, and PS Vita is free, and PS4 is not free. But the problem is PS3 and PS Vita are still online, and you can play free on there. But on PS4, you need a PlayStation Plus, which doesn't really make sense from their business point of view. But Microsoft is consistent with all their systems that you have to pay regardless of what system you're on, and that's the issue.
And I mean, but really, what are you paying for? That's the service. I think it's really more so like the illusion of a service. You know what I mean? You have what do you get? What did you get on PS4 that's really you benefit from? Okay, you can stream and have some sort of like I guess PlayStation specific features if you really want to. But again, you can just do that on PC with a free program, and you have two monitors. You know what I mean? Like there's a startup cost, sure. You know what I mean? But you don't have to pay to do that on a PS on PC.
I, I don't think you have to pay for the PlayStation Plus to
Oh,
stream
really? Oh, so there's like a
because
silver or whatever.
because
So
Yeah,
literally,
you
you can
can you
play.
can stream without PlayStation
because I
Oh,
Plus.
was able
okay.
to,
Well,
and you can be on the party
it's just.
without PlayStation Plus, which
Oh,
makes it
you
even.
literally just can't play online.
You
Yep.
can't play online, and you can't
Get
be
the free games and get the discounts and all
this
that.
guy. But that's
Oh
what
well, I
PlayStation
sound like an
Plus.
idiot.
What PlayStation Plus was like that originally on the PlayStation 3, which was actually a good idea because you have all these extra features. I mean, the discounts on sales are pretty good.
Yeah, like considerable on top of the quote unquote free games.
All right, let's let Jay talk. I know he has it on his mind on this
He's
subject.
crunching over there.
Oh no, that was paperwork. Um, I just really think this increase is happening because like they saw Microsoft got away with it, so they're like, we've got like so many amount of consoles out there. Why can't we do the same goddamn thing?
And I mean, see, on the counterpoint of that, for me, not necessarily that I think he's wrong, but you could also see Sony. Sony could play it as, of course, they're greedy business people, so they went with charging more money. But they could have also done the noble and just thing and kept it as $50 and said, "Listen, this is what we charged you guys. We haven't really given you that much more in terms of actual features, like better games, more games, or whatever other bells and whistles they could throw in there. We'll keep it $50 because we care about you guys, the gamers, and you already spent $60 on these games that aren't worth that much anyway, like Uncharted, which went on sale for like 40 after a month."
But I
Uh,
think I know what it's about because it said September 22nd, right?
Mm-hmm.
yep.
So they said like September 7th, they're gonna announce two new PlayStations.
Ah, yes, of course.
And then next month they're gonna announce their virtual reality bullshit. So of course it's an opportunity to,
That
make more
VR,
money.
that
Of
VR
course.
gimmick. Uh,
Well, yeah, there's nobody. See, the problem is with these new technologies is that they're not really developed yet. So people are having a lot of difficulty developing for them and creating games that are fun and engaging and like also don't
but
make you physically sick.
the question I have is like for this VR gimmick, I think they're going a little overboard because I want you both to honestly say this. You saw that Final Fantasy 15 VR demo at E3. How do you think that will honestly work?
It's not gonna work.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some good ideas. Like the Batman game looks pretty cool, I think. But that's also like, are you really going to
And
invest in what is it, $800 worth of technology to play a Batman game that's like maybe 3 hours long?
that's not
And,
as good as the Arkham games either.
Well, even regardless of that, even if those games never existed, just it within itself, it's like 3 hours. You know what I mean?
You got to pay for
and
How
the
many how
VR
many people would
60.
pay $800 for 3 hours of entertainment? And I'm
It's
sure
more
you're
than
all
eight.
right.
It's more
Maybe
than 800.
make it 10. Make it 10. We'll make it 10 hours of fun.
No, dude, it's more than 800. It's at least 1,000. You got to pay for the VR. You got to get the game, and if you don't have the console, you got to get that as well.
Oh yeah, true. I mean, if you
that's
got
my issue with the VR. The systems are not powerful enough because that was the whole motivation of coming out with the Neo
and Scorpio,
because
yep.
they're saying like the PS4 can't really do it properly. It's like stuttering or something. And the
Well,
also the issue is like they have virtual reality on PC, which is capable of doing way, way more.
Now, VR on PC, I could see that working because there are more games to go for it on PC that would fit the genre. But like you got
or
fucking
features that you could add into the game, like even just like I don't know, playing Overwatch with VR, which would be
yeah, like
terrible, but
see something good like in Sony's part for VR, they need to like implement it into some of their movie games like Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, stuff like that. I could see it working there, but Final Fantasy, hmm, I have
I
a
heard
headache just
I heard it's gonna be like
Final
a
Fantasy is
mini
a mess in
game.
general.
Yeah. But speaking of like power, we could talk about like the consoles and their lack of power now.
Yeah, I
And
mean, it's just I honestly think this is probably the worst console generation in terms of overall quality and just quality of everything, quality and quantity of everything.
the team we got all these
We're
remasters.
just see the problem is we're just so in between on technology, and last console generation lasted way longer than it should. So by the time we got to Xbone and PS4, we weren't quite at the point to make the next great technology jump in terms of GPU and CPU and all that.
I thought there really wasn't a jump between this
I mean, there really
generation.
wasn't. That was the problem. But we were so close to one. We should have just delayed it a little bit more. But sales and hype and all that, and people, this idea of a generation only lasting X amount of years. Or anyway, not to get into it too much, but just basically that we're just at a really bad point and that's why we're coming out with Neo and Scorpio because we've already hit that jump with they have 1080s and the Titan X and just like ridiculously amounts of processing power that we have available now and the original PS4 and Xbox One lagging very far behind on the times. And that's why there's
Nintendo's
issues with
sitting
Final
here thinking
Fantasy.
about Nintendo's sitting here thinking about using consoles.
Oh,
Very
Nintendo,
cartridge-ish.
Nintendo, that's like another topic in itself.
Yeah, it's a strange entity right now.
All right, well, I know it'll break the topic, but this is something like a personal thing between us three. I admit that I was wrong about the Wii U.
Well, yeah, Justin, just because you say you're not wrong doesn't mean you're not wrong.
I,
Well,
it's
don't
nice.
say
It's nice
that.
that you're
Phones
admitting
wise,
for yourself, but it doesn't do anything
don't
for me.
don't say that. Phones were
I,
phone. The
I
phone.
mean, I thought the Wii U would be a success because the Wii was just so popular for all the wrong reasons.
I think they just named it wrong and marketed it wrong. That was the problem.
Yeah,
It's a good
I still
console
to
in
this
and of
day
itself. I mean, I don't really play mine. I haven't played Smash in God knows how long, but
you haven't touched Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
yeah, no, I haven't. But we'll get there eventually, along with
Yeah.
Xenoblade and Bayonetta
Nah,
2, and
you can pass on Xenoblade Chronicles X. That was
I have and I'm playing it. Just a matter of when.
that was disappointing. I don't know.
But I mean,
I feel like
I
that.
don't know, what they're gonna do about this console generation. I mean, I can understand remasters to some extent, and it's ridiculous just how many there are and the sheer scope of like how frequent they are announced and how terrible some of them are, and that they really
Well,
can't even
that's
be.
mostly on Sony's side though.
No,
Yeah.
the that well, yeah, it is on Sony's side especially, but even stuff like the Arkham remasters, and I'm hearing like they want to do Assassin's Creed Ezio
The
Auditore
Ezio,
was it Assassino. They want to
the
do a
Ezio
I don't know if
remaster.
there's a need to do that
the games
because
run fine on the original consoles. I don't think there's any need that you're not like adding more. You know what I mean? I can understand if they like, let's say in the case of Last of Us, because I thought that was actually like a necessary remaster and probably should have just
that's a
came out
good
on the
one. Yeah.
that's probably should have just came out on the PS4 anyway. But whatever,
Halo 4
they
is
like
the
to play
same
both
way.
hands. So I
Halo
thought that
4
was
is the
because
same
the
way.
game would run at like 20 frames per second. Dark Souls 2, I thought that was a good remaster. Again, and they like added new things, Scholars of the First Sin. We don't need Ezio Auditore remaster. I don't need to play Mass Effect again. I mean, sure, you
The
get
thing,
all the DLC, but like most of the DLC kind of
Oh, there's a
sucks
Mass
anyway.
Effect. There's a Mass Effect
They're
remaster
thinking
coming out.
it's a lot of like
yep,
they're thinking about it, sort
they're
of things,
thinking
which
about it.
means
When they're
it's
doing
probably
it.
coming out.
The Master Chief Collection wasn't completely necessary. Halo 2 remaster, I liked it. I guess that was needed. But Halo 4 is a game, another one like The Last of Us. That game ran like shit on 360.
But
But I think the thing with all these remasters is that a lot of companies are afraid to take risks and make new IPs or new ideas because the danger of losing so much money on so much little budget is very real and can actually maybe put them out in bankruptcy or not be able to make AAA titles because there's a lot of pressure to make AAA titles and things like that.
yeah,
For
marketing
every
and other costs that aren't just
for
design and
every
development
Overwatch, for every Overwatch, there's six Mighty Number Nines.
or
I thought you were gonna say
Battleborns.
Battleborn.
Oh God,
That'd probably be the more
Battleborn,
appropriate.
Yeah, kid, you got
Battleborn.
me.
What the fuck is Battleborn?
It's $20 right now. I saw it.
It was dude. It was in a humble bundle for like I bought it. It was $15. I got like a whole bunch of other games with it too.
You bought Battleborn?
Yeah, but
No.
it came with like other games. It wasn't just I didn't buy it just for Battleborn, but it was
but
included in the humble bundle and $15. You can't say no.
But that's how they're selling the game now. They're using sales from different
They don't
outlets
even
to
have
sell
a
it
thousand people playing that game right now on
on
Steam.
PC. No,
Yeah, but
I
I
think
think it sold relatively well when it first came out. It did it sell over a
I
million?
just think it came out at
no, it's
absolutely,
not a million.
literally the worst time
It came out like
that a
what, a
game
week
has ever
after
came
Overwatch
out.
or a week before Overwatch?
Something like that.
Yeah, that wasn't very
I think
smart.
the day it came out, they launched the beta or something for Overwatch.
Yeah, the day it came out, the
Oh,
beta
that's
of
what it
Overwatch.
was. Yeah, because once I played that Overwatch beta, it was over.
And the Overwatch beta is free to everybody, so everybody downloaded it and like was like, okay, yeah, this is a good game. Let me go buy it.
Yeah, Battleborn, that was dumb.
I mean,
Like,
I played the Battleborn closed beta like way back. I mean, I was dying to play Overwatch. I would check my Battle.net account every now and then just to see like, okay, maybe they added me to the beta, and I never got in, of course, until the open one. But I played the Battleborn, and I thought it was a good game, and I liked it, and I thought it would be fun to play with friends. But then I played the Overwatch beta, and there was no contest.
Yeah, they screwed Battleborn over worse than Tomb Raider's Rise of the Tomb Raider's release because that
What?
came out the day Fallout 4 came out.
Yeah, but I still think you're gonna get your fair share of people. Ooh, Fallout DLC, by the way, tonight in an hour.
Oh, it's tonight?
Yep, in an hour.
But
But anyway,
regarding Battleborn and Overwatch, I think you get your money's worth, especially at the cheap prices they're giving Battleborn out. But no one
Overwatch
still
goes
really wants
cheap
to play it.
too. It's the Origin editions. I think that's still 60.
Is the Origin Edition like the disc edition or like
no, no. See, the thing is that they had like a bunch of costumes and crap that I
Yeah,
actually
it
like
comes
basically
with
never
costumes and
used,
stuff.
like at
I
all.
used the I used the Reaper costume at first,
No,
but then I was
I
like,
hate the Reaper costume. It's like the stupidest costume.
so what's different from the Origins Edition and the non-Origins Edition?
It's
the
just
non
you get the game, and for the Origins you like get some skins and
yeah, you get some free skins for like,
sprays
hold
and
on, I've got
crap.
my disc right here. You get a Widowmaker, you get a little toy Bastion. I mean, not Bastion, Winston. I've got that. Yeah, you get a Widowmaker,
Oh, that was like a
Tracer,
pre-order
Barrett
thing.
skin.
I think the Winston toy.
Yeah, your Origins Edition, it really isn't much different from the regular one. The regular is just the game, which is really all you need because everything in
But
Overwatch.
I think on consoles you can only get the Origins edition. I think only on PC is where
Yeah,
you.
because everywhere I look, they're saying Overwatch Origins Edition for Xbox One and PS4, and that's like the disc version too.
Yeah,
On my Xbox, let's see if it's on the store,
yeah.
like digital.
Maybe it's on the store.
Yeah, you can
I don't know.
check.
They're making stupid amounts of money with that game.
Overwatch, yeah.
They are making
Because I mean, and
stupid
then
amounts
too,
of
it's
money with
not
that
even
game.
just off the microtransactions either, because all the
I
stuff
got to
that you
tell
can
you, man. I got to
buy,
be honest. I bought some loot boxes. I bought some summer loot boxes. I couldn't resist.
we all did. We all did. But
Yeah,
like,
man.
you don't
I
need
was like,
them.
gosh, and I'm like really against this. I felt like dirty. I
You don't
felt
need them
dirty
though.
buying microtransactions. I don't do that for
Yeah,
anything.
but you don't need them though,
I buy
dude. They're just
DLC,
it's
but
all
DLC is
cosmetic.
different because I'm getting something in the game.
Okay.
You know what I
Uh,
mean? And like microtransactions, I'm just buying like something I can earn.
skin,
You know, like
skins,
I
emotes,
mean, I got some cool
sprays.
skins, but shit, man, I spent $20 on fucking boxes, virtual
See,
boxes.
and you give Del Live a hard time with the costumes, man.
No,
See,
they only have
Well,
the
Devil
Origin
May Cry is
edition
because you're paying
on
like
the store.
$80 for costumes.
they will make her out Dead or
Or
Alive,
Dead or Alive, that's what I meant. Dead or Alive, you're paying $80 and you get one costume pack.
but they love those costumes. They make so much money off it.
Yeah, actually, the
Everyone
Origin
makes that's how I
editions
think
of
that's how
Overwatch
most
is
game
the only one
developers
they
make their
sell.
money these days. It's not through.
So if the Origin editions are the one they sell, why are they calling the Origin edition? Just call it Overwatch.
For consoles, I have no idea. On PC, it makes sense because you actually can buy the base game or you can buy the Origins edition. I don't know if you can still buy the Origins edition.
You don't have a
Obviously, I
choice
have
on
it, so
consoles.
Yeah, you can only buy the Origins editions on cost on consoles, and then they've got the loot boxes for sale right up under it.
That's why the game is
40 bucks for
still it's
50
still
loot
$60,
boxes.
right?
Yep,
What's in this loot boxes?
you,
cosmetics,
you get
costumes for the
skins, you get,
characters.
and they're like different grades and stuff. You get stickers and icons and shit. I don't know why I did it. I passed my test. I was happy, so I just like fuck it. I'm gonna buy some loot boxes, and then I did.
Dude, the loot boxes,
I mean, I
they're
got some
really
cool skins, so I'm not complaining. But I didn't
they're
get everything
addicting.
I wanted, so I was salty about that.
Those loot boxes are addicting, man. Just watching them open.
It's not even that. It's just like I need it. I need all the gold. Give me all the gold.
Yeah, I
All
like the new Reinhardt skins that they're coming out with for the new map, which is all
Oh yeah, that
free.
one looks cool.
See,
But anyway,
and
I think
that's like
we're getting off topic. We're getting off topic.
yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
What
Do you
were we
guys
talking?
think the NX is gonna fail?
Yes.
So do I.
Honestly, I don't know because I think we're at like a weird time in gaming where like I think any innovation will do. You know what I mean? And it's affordable if it's done right and if it's what it sounds like it's gonna be. You know,
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
Nintendo, like this gen, I learned Nintendo can't really just live off of their first party games. They need something
that's
with
the
third party.
problem. But I think it might be the thing where you might run into another Wii where there might just be a shit ton of shovelware because it might just be like a phone. You know what I mean? That's what it sounds. It sounds like it's just going to be some sort of like mobile console, basically.
like a portable tablet or something with
Kind of like a.
a
It's like
controller.
not. It's like a PS3 PSP hybrid. Like if the PS3 and PSP had a baby and it was a Nintendo baby, this is what it sounds like. It would be like a portable
Uh,
Yeah.
thing with
well,
like the
I
Will that
think
interface of like a console, but you could still play it like a console and like
will that work though? Because like
I
you can
I
do.
don't know. I don't know how you could fit the processing power of a console and a powerful one at that
I
inside
mean,
of
you got
a
share
of like
play
a
between the
handful, a
Vita and the
handheld.
PS4. You play your PS4 games on your Vita.
that's pretty shitty. It works on Wi-Fi,
Yeah, it's kind of gimmicky. It's not an exact science.
you know. But I think for it to be successful, it needs a few key points, like the price point. Maybe I mean it's gonna be like 200 or
I think
250,
you could get away with three, but
maybe.
there would have
Well,
to be there would have to
we
be
don't
a
know what it
packing
looks like
game.
though. We have to see what it is first.
Yeah,
The
there has
Neo
to
and the
be a
Scorpio
packing
are going to
game
be at
definitely.
least four or five
And,
hundred bucks.
and I think the Zelda will move some units.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially if
Breath
it's
of
a
the Wild
portable. That Zelda is portable, or you can play it outside of the house.
But
and the
after
Zelda.
Zelda, what else is there after Zelda? After you beat Zelda, you
Well,
play
you
that,
know
you
that
excited for that.
any
What is
Mario
there?
game they were gonna make for Wii U got pushed to NX.
Yeah, Pikmin 4 is going to NX.
NX.
There's a Mario game, obviously, for NX. There has to be.
Yeah, but the games get delayed all the time.
Well,
I
because
wonder
they're
how the
suckers.
Metroid
They're
Prime
suckers about
Federation Force
quality.
did. Maybe we'll get another Metroid game.
They have to come on another
Maybe
Metroid.
like I think they're gonna probably do like an F Zero. I'd imagine. I don't think they're
Because
gonna. They'll do Mario Kart, but I think they're gonna do F Zero first before they do Mario Kart.
the last
They,
console Metroid is Other M, isn't it?
Yep.
Ugh.
yeah, but then they
Ugh.
call retro and have them stop doing Donkey Kong and do Metroid or actually a new IP would be better even.
Yeah, maybe. I don't.
Splatoon's the newest IP from
But
Nintendo.
I don't see how Nintendo has any chance. It's coming out in March. Big titles coming in March. You know, that's like a big time for like big titles. Big
I
titles
don't
come out.
think I don't think it's gonna drop in March. I think there's gonna be another delay because they're probably gonna wait for E3 to see what Sony and Microsoft are doing. That would be
That's a
the
bad idea. If
smart
they
move.
wait for E3, they should
No,
drop it. They should
because
drop it before
March is
E3.
like the start of the financial quarter for a business. So that's why they want to cover that and bring it out in March. I would think so.
Yeah, I mean they said March, so I don't know why they would say it otherwise.
Nintendo says a lot and does the exact opposite though.
Because they can't wait till the fall because that new Xbox is coming out in the fall and you can't do it in the summer because the summer people travel and stuff and people don't really buy games like that in the
Yeah,
summer.
no, summer is not the time for gaming, or it's the time for catching up on gaming.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, it was me. I'll say they should release it right now, like next month or October or November this year.
November would be a good day.
But now they're
November
saying
would
they,
be a good
they're
time.
stuck on March, and March is a tough month because January, February, March, a lot of big titles come
And
out.
Nintendo has had a lot of success selling
Yeah, but
consoles in the holiday at least
March is also
generating
tax
demand.
season here in America, so
Whenever
it's
Nintendo
also
sold a console, when they sold the Wii in what was it, November or whatever, things sold like
yeah.
stupid hotcakes, and there was the whole issue with for some reason not being able to produce enough units for
Well,
to
remember
meet
Black
demand.
Friday
Yeah,
that they released in November. They've got like the initial push from the fans who are just gonna buy it because they're
And
Nintendo
the
fans,
Christmas, man, you can't beat it. You make so much
and then
stupid money at Christmas.
yeah, and
Although
then
that
you
might
got that
work, it might work
Christmas
just as
rush
well to release it in March, and maybe there'll
because
be some.
March is around tax season for US, so people just
Well,
spend their
yeah,
tax
that.
monies.
But like, I'm just saying for like even the push into Christmas. Maybe by that time they'll have enough titles where they'll move units because people, oh, I want Zelda, Mario, and F Zero or something like that, which is wishful thinking. You know what I mean? They'll probably do like
I
more
don't
just
see
like
another
Zelda
F
and
Zero.
Mario Party or something like that, like one of those crappy
Yeah,
titles that they just like, oh, here's Mario Golf or whatever.
maybe
Other,
Animal
hey,
Crossing or
hey,
something.
I do like
Mario Golf
The Mario
was
Golf on 3DS is really good, but you know what I mean? Like those like crappy Mario titles that are very clearly not made by Miyamoto or like any of
Mario
the important. It's
Tennis.
just like the Nintendo bums. They're like, okay, make a Mario game and make it quick. We want Olympics. So then they just like have a bunch of bums make the
Mario and
Makes a
Sonic in the Olympic
Sonic
Games.
game and it's like somehow
Yo,
really
why is
crappy.
that still going? I don't understand that.
What?
What is what?
Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. That still sells
Because
well.
it's
It
an
just
easy sell every 4 years.
Are they making a new one? They should make a
They've
new
already
one.
made a new one. It's already
they
out.
made a new, they made a new one.
Real, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Well, I guess it makes them money.
Yeah, pretty much.
All the kiddies do love the Mario and Sonic. I should know.
You
I
bought
mean,
every Sonic.
it's a consistent sell for some people. Because you look at those games and you see, oh, Mario, it can't be that bad. It's like a steal of quality, kind of.
Yeah,
But I think
but
Nintendo is too protective of their brands sometimes.
too conservative, too
Yeah.
protective,
Um,
and
But then
but
they
these
do weird
trash
stuff like they make that
games.
like 3 player Link game or Zelda game.
Triforce
That's
Heroes.
what it's called. Like I don't.
Well, it's because like around the time that came out, I saw a lot of streamers. They were streaming Four Swords Adventure on Game Boy.
yeah.
And Four Swords Adventure, well, if you had like the proper cables, everybody had a Game Boy Advance at
Wait,
the
Yeah,
is that the
time.
one we? Is that when we need like the full Game Boy Advances
I
and the game?
actually had that set up.
That's
Yeah,
kind
Choking
of
on water over
that's an
here.
expensive game if you think about
Well,
it.
because you needed 4 cables. Each cable I think was like $12.
12
Yeah.
bucks. You each needed a GBA.
But thankfully, I had my 2 brothers, and my neighbor, and I got enough cables somehow. I think I got
Yeah,
there's
I
enough
played a
of us that
two-player.
there were enough birthdays.
See, that will work today because they have online, and that would actually make more
Bluetooth with the
sense.
3D, Bluetooth with the 3DS.
I don't know, but like sitting down with my siblings and my friend and playing it together, man, that was such like an experience.
You know, there's not a lot of split screen games these days.
Because the games take so much power, and it's like when you do the split screen, it
Multiplayer is
lowers
an
like the
afterthought these
frames
days.
and stuff, so
Yeah.
the game actually runs slower.
I can see that thinking of Resident Evil 5 split screen. Great Let's Play, by the way, team.
Thank you. Resident Evil 6 potentially, potentially
Uh,
coming, but
Yeah,
I I just like I miss just like gaming just has such like a different feel these days. Console gaming, PC gaming, I think is just like whatever. It's PC gaming. It'll be the same for the rest of eternity.
console gaming, you can tell
Console
the
gaming is
developers,
just like it
everybody.
does. There's no like essence to it. You know what I mean? There's no like feel to it. Like oh, this is awesome. You know, Nintendo does this and Sega doesn't do this. Like yeah, it's PS4 and Xbox. They both
oh,
get the
you
same
took it
shitty
way
fucking
back with like the
Genesis.
TurboGraf, Neo
yeah, the
Geo.
turbo yeah, like it's just like oh, there's PS4 and Xbox. They both get the shitty same
But
multiplats and city
you,
same
you know,
shitty remasters.
I think because when like a company like Sega went under, things just became a little bit more tighter.
Well, because you know what it was is that we had like strict gaming companies. You know what I mean? We had Nintendo. We had I don't forget whoever the hell did TurboGrafx. Hudson, I think, was the ones that did
Hudson
TurboGrafx.
something. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
I think so. And you know,
Now,
you had Sega,
now you
which
got
did Genesis. Those are all gaming companies. That's what they were. Then you got the like,
Jaguar, right?
yeah, Jaguar and Atari and all that. And now
now
then
we've
you had
got
Sony and Microsoft entering. And what do you want to call these? You know, these monopolies and of or
yeah,
Like
Sony's got movies, they've got games.
now I think about
movies.
it, Nintendo is the last gaming company left.
I mean, yeah, pretty much everything else is kind of diversified into pachinko and cell phone
Because
games and
Sony and Microsoft are really tech companies. They make technology.
Sony
yeah.
makes
Mm-hmm.
TVs, movies, all that. God damn it.
Solid J here.
Hustler, it's me, Snake,
It's me, Justin. What do
on
I mean,
sneaking
Justin?
mission.
But anyway, I just like I just don't have any feel. There's nothing like I was excited for Shenmue 3, but like I'm not even really that excited about it anymore. Or not to say that I'm not excited about it anymore. It's just like it doesn't have that feel, you know what I
That
mean?
magic feeling,
It
when
doesn't
you
feel
you
magical to me. It just feels
Because
like you just like grind it out through a machine, you know what I mean? It just spits out a game.
these companies, they're like Sony and Microsoft, they're not really just gaming. They're
Well, they're
You're
going
really
for
into
they're going
this.
for scale and set pieces these days
s-
over
They're
like
making it
just
movies.
like you know
Cause
what I
They
like,
mean,
want
like an organic
cause like
experience.
Sony and Microsoft, they don't have to do gaming. They can just make money
you know
doing the
it,
other things.
these movie games like Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, the Detroit game. It makes sense that they're actually being made by Sony because like all the movie stuff Sony has done, like the set pieces of the movies, the whole Spider-Man's, the I'm trying to think of big movies with Sony's name on it.
James Bond.
James Bond, basically those movies with these big epic set pieces that you just sit back, watch, and just
Well,
makes you
even
drop.
so, they also have the technology and the resources to put those kind of things together because it's not like it's just like okay, you make a game and then they just go into the game room and a game is made. Like for games like Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls and Detroit, there's like heavy, crazy motion cap going on and like you're taking millions and
Yeah,
probably like millions of pictures or
but
frames or
those
whatever,
guys,
you know.
those guys are like a film
Yeah.
studio,
Mm-hmm.
actual film.
Yeah.
They've developed some kind of technology that they have all the access to, but they want to use it for video games or something.
Yep. So I mean, and that's how that works out. Because like, imagine Nintendo trying to do something like that. Nintendo has no idea. Like, they don't have. They only know gaming, and they only have gaming connections. And, I mean, now they're like trying to branch out and like make movies and stuff. But
I think they should branch out to smartphones. Everyone's been saying that.
well, I think that's an inevitability. They're working on it, especially with Pokemon Go making them stupid amounts of money. Like, why wouldn't they? But they're not gonna
Yeah,
have. They're not gonna have another Pokemon Go. I think they had Mitomo, and that was just like you might as well just throw that right in the trash. That was a novelty.
yeah. But I think with the other two
Like,
guys, they
like,
won't do more than gaming.
I mean, but like these developers, these strictly gaming developers, how are they gonna make it though
You
without
can't.
companies like Nintendo?
You
Because like
can't.
look at Konami.
Well, they had that. The only reason Konami is able to make money, and a lot of these companies, SNK, and make games and that sort of stuff, is because pachinko in Japan just makes stupid amounts of money because you're throwing money at a game, hoping that the odds will go in your favor, and the odds are programmed most of the time to not go in your favor.
I think SNK is a unique case because SNK went out of business twice, and they're actually owned by like
Isn't it Sammy?
po- yeah, Sammy, which is like a pachinko company, you know.
Yeah, but that just makes them stupid amounts of money.
But they don't really let SNK really make games like that anymore because
Yeah, no. Mobile. They'll do some mobile stuff. And it's usually just like ports of
I mean, I
SNK,
guess
like
that would
arcade.
explain why King of Fighters looks like a PS2 game.
I mean, they did improve the look of that game, and I've heard good things about it, and it's rated
All right,
higher than PS. It's rated harder than Street Fighter V on Metacritic. So.
that's not
yeah.
saying much.
Yeah,
That's
I
not
mean,
saying
it's
much.
not saying much, but hey, it's funny.
It is funny.
Yeah, but a lot of the gaming companies are going out of business. Look at THQ, that went bankrupt. They had to
They brought back THQ. It's a
no. What happened was that
or so,
company
someone
bought
just
some
took
of
the
their
name. Yeah.
IPs, but they want to use their name because it's a recognizable brand, so they can put more attention to them.
Yeah, but the funny thing is THQ is a company that's failed. Why would you name yourself after a company that's failed?
You
Yeah,
know why?
THQ wasn't really a good company.
Do you know why Insomniac Games is working on this new Spider-Man game?
Why?
The guys who had the rights to the Spider-Man games, they went out of business. Beanox, because
Peanuts?
yep, the last game they made, I think it was Edge in Time. It was really bad.
I played some of those Spider-Man games. I don't know if I played Edge in Time. I played was it Web of Shadows or whatever? That
Web
was
of
a good one.
Shadows was made by them. Shattered Dimension,
Jake, you
Shattered.
got us off topic again.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
It's all right.
Uh, yeah, but I think Spider
I guess that
Man.
kind of relates. It's companies going out of business.
Companies got a business, and then I think most other companies hope these companies got a business, especially if they have like good IPs. They can just snatch them.
Did Beanox make all those Spider-Man like the PS2 games or like the
They
PS2
didn't
one?
make the PS2
Which
games.
one was the who made
Those.
the PS2 one? I forget.
I thought Activision had the rights for Spider Man for a
Yeah.
while.
Well,
Yeah.
Activision isn't anything now, so.
Well, Beanox was a subsidiary company under Activision.
Oh, okay. So on Activision. Okay.
That's when Activision made other games and things.
And like, if
You know, like
Konami wasn't in the
Ultimate
pachinko
Spider-Man
business, there would be
2
no
game.
way Metal Gear Solid 5 would be made.
It's the same thing with Sega, really.
Yeah. I mean, Sega just kind of pumps out Sonic titles these days and publishes
But
Total War games on PC. That's
but
about
they
Treyarch.
it.
make most of their money from pachinko,
Yeah.
which is interesting, fascinating.
I mean, it's
Uh,
gambling, so most of the time, the people that are going to be making money are the people that are, providing the
but all
gambling.
these like big time developers who've been in the business, they're all trying to go independent, and then they go independent, and they find they have no money. They have to go to Kickstarter, and the game turns out to be absolute, not what they
Terribly,
promised.
just terrible.
Like Mighty Number Nine,
Yeah, that's
Oh
again not
God.
understanding the scope of how to develop and design properly and manage.
he promised so much, and he said if you give me this much money, I'll put this in. If you put this in, and then people start giving them money, and I guess he didn't really realize how much goes
Yeah.
into
Well,
making the video game.
to be fair, I think gamers unjustly expect too much sometimes and don't understand that
Yeah.
sometimes the vision. I mean, this kind of happened with No Man's Sky, but I think the developers, what are the
No,
Hello
we were
Games?
lied to
No,
about
but
No Man's Sky.
Hello Games just completely like dropped the ball on that. But
Will not
sometimes I
change
think
the topic.
gamers, you got to understand features get cut, things don't work technically, things don't work, for one reason or the other. It doesn't fit the vision anymore. You're gonna lose features, but just the sheer like disaster that was Mighty Number Nine, like that's just the developer just dropping the ball and being like, oh, I can make this, and then already working on the next game concept, whatever that was. What was it, Red Kite or whatever it was called? The
You guys
like
remember the
flying.
Yeah.
concept?
Yeah, and he's already thinking about the next concept, and like his game ended up being a disaster because they would publish it for everything. The Atari 2800, they put it on the old DOS computers, like they
Put it on the
literally
Neo
ported that game.
Geo.
Yeah, they ported that game to way too many consoles. Got too
Did
Right.
you play
ambitious.
Ultimate Spider-Man on PS2, GameCube, or Xbox?
Yes, I did. But what does that have to
Vnox
do with
made
anything?
Vnox made that.
Okay, that's a
That
good
was
one.
my last change of topic. That was my last change of topic. I looked it
I
up.
do like Ultimate Spider-Man. That is a good one.
Yeah,
But
but I don't really like how these guys, all these established like developers, they're like legends in their field, are going like Kickstarter and taking advantage of their fame and manipulating people to give them millions and millions, and they come up with
I
such a
mean, Yu
subpar
Suzuki would have
product.
gone through Sega if he had, Sega had the monetary financial backing to do anything for him. So he went
that's
his
because
own
his
route.
dad's blind.
He had, but Inafune, why is he? Mighty Number Nine isn't even out yet. There's not even a demo out, a promised demo, by the way, and he's already talking about the next game and what this is going to be, and he wants to do anime on top of it.
Hey, and you gonna give me money again?
Yeah, and you have to give
It's
him
the same
money
way.
again, by
I
the
mean,
way.
I mean,
Instead of
look
potentially,
at
I don't know, waiting for the sales of the other game to
But
kind of come back
the thing
around.
with Kickstarter is you're judged on your first product, and that's
Hmm.
the beginning and the end of everything.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
I
there
If
is
your
a
mean,
lot of
first
good
product is
stuff
up to
that comes
par,
out of it.
that's it.
you guys say this about Mighty Number Nine, but look at look at Square right now and the damage controlling of Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, but Square never did a Kickstarter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Square is set financially. They got
Yeah,
Final Fantasy $15 rolling in for
but
days.
you gotta remember, Square was about to go out of business back in 2000 when they did that movie. They had made a lot of money from like the PlayStation One.
Oh,
Then they
so they
did the
made it. Was it
movie
Spirits
Spirit
Within?
Within, and
Oh,
it
what did
bombed.
that have to do with Final Fantasy? Like,
oh,
It
I'll
bombed, so
never
they didn't have any
understand that.
money. So, what's it called? Enix, who makes the Dragon Quest stuff, they decided to buy them out.
Hmm.
And I guess they pushed some of the Square people out, and now they're making so much more money and
So weird
everything.
because it's like you kind of forget that they used to be like fierce competitors.
Yeah,
SquareSoft and Enix.
Hmm.
yeah, they used to
Yeah,
be very fierce competitors. Now they monopolize together.
Yeah, I mean, probably
it's
for
all
the
about
best,
that money.
honestly. Because what was Enix doing? Just making Dragon Quest games, basically.
Yeah, they just shut down
Well, I mean,
Japan. Before Dragon Quest would come on the weekday and people would not go to work, it would just shut down the country. So now they had a rule. They have a law. It has to come on the weekend or Friday. Yeah, I
Yeah, I
think
mean, I
Part
saw
Eight.
Dragon Quest. I saw Dragon Quest mini marts.
I
Like,
think Dragon Quest 8 sold 4 million alone in Japan.
phew.
Jesus Christ.
4 million.
in that
In
small
Japan,
country.
games don't sell like that in Japan.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, it's
Jeez.
just stupid. Stupid the
But
amount of
also,
money.
since we're talking about Kickstarter, I don't like how like all these developers who are like millionaires are asking for
Shin,
money.
are you talking about Shenmue? Is Shenmue still coming out this year? Or
Well,
is it next year?
Next year.
Shenmue, what Sega was talking about Shenmue is that they want to make Shenmue, but we need somebody who has financial pockets to back us.
Yeah, that's an
Th-
expensive game, the
That's
scope of
just what they were
which is
saying.
like way too much. And that's what I think is going to screw Shenmue 3 in the end, is I think the scope of what people expect, because they're expecting a game that was made for, what was it, 70 million, like with inflation or whatever. Like,
That could be like
What are
200
you
million
expecting?
yeah,
today.
I don't know how much that
250.
was back in 1998,
And
97.
everybody talked in that game. Everybody moved
Yeah,
differently in the game.
everyone was programmed to do a certain task and like do that task every single day. And they were
Everybody,
like not no glitches and
I think
No
that's
super
the
Watch
only
Dogs.
detailed.
game I've ever seen that everybody's fully voiced and they say different things.
Yeah, I would
You
say
mean
pretty
unlike
much.
And they all
you
have
mean unlike
different,
Watch Dogs and
and not only
its
that, they
constant
talk.
character usage?
They have like a schedule of what time they're gonna be there. People actually
Yeah,
going to
that's what I'm saying.
work.
And like these things don't interact with each other, you know what I mean? Or they'll interact with each other, but they don't like glitch and like there's not like any like it's a very stable game to play.
Yeah, the game doesn't glitch at all.
There's some stuff you could do, but it's very, very specific, like crazy, just like out of bounds stuff, you know. But anyway, as that pertains to our discussion on Kickstarter, um, that game I can understand, but I think that what's going to bite them is what did they raise? They raised like
We don't know because he's still collecting
yeah,
donations.
I think it's like
I,
6 or 7 million by this
6
point.
million off the bat, but he's still collecting on the side.
Okay, so that's like 10%
But
of the money you
but
had. Let's
I'm
say
hearing close
hypothetically
to
it
10
cost 60
million.
million to make Shenmue
Close
One.
to 10 million.
Yeah, so probably like close to 10 million. How much do you think Sony's giving? And I think Sony's not giving that much towards development. I think they're
I
giving
think Sony gave them half a million.
for
But the
development.
question
Yeah,
is
because
Shenmue 3 going to
that's what they
cost less
give.
than MGS5?
I heard that's what they give to all the third party people. They're not affiliated with them, like half a million.
Yeah, but also you got to realize it's a console exclusive for Sony. So
I mean, yeah, I guess Sony's gonna publish it, of course,
yeah,
on the console.
and I'm pretty sure it's coming out on PC at
Yeah, but you
least.
don't have to publish that. You could
Yeah, I
just
don't
go
think that's published. I
digital.
think that's just
You could go
released on Steam, and
digital, play on
I don't think it's
Steam.
going to be widely available
Yeah, I
on
think it's gonna be
console.
limited physical, but it's gonna be on Steam. Then
Yeah.
that's how they're gonna do that.
Hmm.
But I don't think the game is gonna have the scale of what the second game promised at the end. When you
Yeah, I think it's going to be I think it's going to be a little bit of a slow burn. I'm thinking.
it's looking like a point and click kind of game.
Yeah, I mean, you're just like you're
Quick
going to be
adventure.
you're not going to really be in cities. I don't think. Like
It's
I have one
look at all
question.
the like visuals he's provided so far. It's literally just been of like, and I got to tell you, man, I'm not a big fan of the ending of Shenmue 2. It's just like you kind of like once you beat the big guy Dong Q or whatever his name is, that big guy, and you see Landy in the helicopter, and then you go to Shenhua's village. I just like I know for some people they really love the ending of Shenmue with like talking all the like philosophical and like kind of magical aspects of it. But for me, man, nothing was better than Shenmue 1 and beginning of 2, walking around the city, interacting with all the things, looking at all the stuff, going all the different events, trying to like time things, you like run into people and that sort of stuff. I just that's not going to happen in Shenmue 3. I think it's going to be interactions on a much smaller scale, and it's just not what I was looking for in the series.
What are you
yeah, it's
guys'
like
expectations out of Shenmue 3?
I
I
think
think
I'm
it'll
just
be quality.
happy. I think I'm just happy the game is coming
Yeah,
out. That's
I
pretty much it.
yeah, I pretty much agree. I think it's really a technical like I think Shenmue One is technically like one of the most impressive things that's been developed with what little resources that they had back then. Compared to like the
Yes,
scope and scale of what they wanted to do, and like they wanted to
it,
have a bike in there, and they wanted like there were so many things that got cut from the game.
even like the fighting system when you go into the dojo, that's so detailed. There's nothing like that still today.
Yeah, like even Grand Theft Auto, like you can't interact with a majority of the store owners. there's like a few places you can go in, but it's not like, usually there's either a point to them, you can do them in a mission or that sort of stuff, and like every other free open world game is just like just a bunch of generic AIs like walking in circles until you like go away from
Every
them.
other for every
I,
other open world game is just a generic Grand Theft Auto.
I don't know. I think they just need to raise more money if they want to make a game like
Yeah,
the first one again.
and I mean, I gotta hand it to the Shenmue fans. They go bananas for this game, but and they're like very optimistic about it too. Like, oh, any amount is good. See if you can keep getting it, keep getting it, keep getting it, because the PayPal's still open. I could donate another 10 grand if I wanted to today.
10 grand.
Yeah, I think some people did do that, or they did, and then they pulled out because that's like a stupid amount of money to throw at a game.
Yeah.
I gave a lot more than I've ever paid for one game. Let's put it that way. But
Now, here's my question now. If you pay when you pay a bunch of money for this, do you still have to pay $60 for the game when it comes out?
no, I got the game. You get the
No,
game.
they take your money right off the bat.
Yeah, they take your money and
But
that's it. I mean, the game doesn't have to come out.
but the ridiculous prices I like is like the end when you give them like a little money. They say, okay, you can have a dinner with us. Oh,
Yeah,
well, you gotta come
your
fly to
travel is not
Tokyo,
travel
buy
and
the
hotel is not
airport, get a
included.
hotel.
Yeah,
I think Inafune did that.
yeah. I'm sure Inafude did that. That must have been an interesting experience.
Hey, 10,000. We go dinner,
Your game
but
sucks.
he didn't tell you you're paying for it with that 10,000. He's holding that 10,000 dinner.
It's horrible.
But yeah, I think it's a good point to end things off.
Yeah, pretty much. That was a
Yeah.
long call, but we
Maybe
kind of we
that's
kind of
all.
bounced around, but we'll get into a flow of it.
Yeah.
There'll be a
Uh,
better flow. No bone. No Billy though.
Not yet.
Oh no.
All right,
He's
guys.
gonna come in. He's gonna be all aggressive. It's gonna be horrible.
It'll be great.
It'll be a grand old time.
Maybe we'll get some guests down the road if we can keep it going. We'll see. We'll see.
Anime room.
Can we get World in? Talk about the life.
That'd be a big video if we actually did that.
We did a review, but Jay wouldn't have to be there.
That'd be a big video.
Alrighty,
Man.
later.
Yeah, bye.
Later.